First-round rookie Josh Simmons, who's recovering from a patella tendon injury suffered last season, was present for practice with the rest of the offensive line group. He participated in individual drills, but according to Coach Reid, he's not yet participating in 11-on-11, 7-on-7s, or 9-on-7 team drills. Andy, after practice, actually had this to say. He said he's one that didn't work this week. He's further ahead than I thought he was. We've kept him out of the other team stuff. He's done a good job with what we've given him. We've just got to get him in where he's going against the defense. And he also made notice that he may start practicing here towards the end of this these OTAs here.
Right.
So we've talked about this a few times now. It kind of come out that they said that if Josh Simmons is healthy, he could get the leg up over Jalen Moore. And a lot of people are a little confused by that, man, because Jalen Moore's making a lot of guaranteed money this year, and he was the big offseason signing. And do you just want to go right to a rookie again? We've seen what happened with Kingsley. What do you think about that? Like, A, are you surprised that he's coming back so healthy? And B, are you still surprised that it sounds like Andy still wants to get him in there with the first team a lot more than he sounds excited about Jalen Moore?
So I've been saying this from the get-go. A lot of people have a misconception that they're just going to give this guy the year off. They're going to redshirt him his rookie year. He's never going to see the field. They're going to wait till he gets healthy, and then they're going to slide him in there next season. I don't think that's the case. They've been saying since they drafted him that he's ahead of schedule on getting back. They think that he can be healthy by camp, ready to go by camp. If he's ready to go by camp, Mike, and he wins that job, he's not sitting on the sidelines. I'm sorry, but he's not. So, I mean, there's a big chance that Josh Simmons could start as a rookie at left tackle, but he's going to have to earn that spot ahead of Jalen Moore. They're not going to give it to him, kind of like they did Kingsley last year. I don't know if there was much of a position battle there last year. A lot of people thought it was going to be Kingsley versus Wanye to see who got that left tackle position, but it was almost like they were just like, hey, Kingsley, it's yours. That's what it seemed like, honestly, and it didn't work out too well. I don't think that you go the same route this year, even though Josh Simmons is a much better left tackle than Kingsley was projected to be, because Kingsley really, let's be honest here, he was a swing tackle with a lot of potential, a lot of athleticism, but he wasn't really there yet. Josh Simmons is a guy that's there. Like, he can play. So I think that you'll see a good camp battle between him and Jalen Moore to see who gets that starting job.
Yeah, Patrick went on to say he's been in the weight room. Every time he's in there, he's in the weight room. He's trying to get strong. And he said he just looks the part. So he's very impressed by him. Let's talk about offensive line a little bit more. Andy had this to say, and I don't think this is groundbreaking either, but we've talked about it. He talked about Kingsley being at left guard. He said, we're moving him in there. He's doing a really nice job so far. Reid iterates, it is a competition between Kingsley and Caliendo at left guard, Steve. That's 1 and 2. There's no Wanye conversation right there. There's no Hunter Norzad conversation. There's no CJ Hansen up to this point. Right. There are no other conversations. It's Caliendo and his Kingsley. Do you like that? Do you think that sticks? Or do you think somebody else will get in there towards, training camp and different things? Do you think somebody else, such as a Wanye, could get in there and make a case for themselves?
Now, is it possible for someone else to get in the mix and maybe get that job? Sure, but it's probably slim. I kind of think what they're doing here is, hey, Mike Caliendo, that was our guy at the end of last season. Last quarter of last season, that was our guy. All through the playoffs, that was our guy. And a lot of people might not like it. They might not think he's good enough to do that and be the starter. They might think he gets thrown around a little bit or he's not great in pass protection. But the fact of the matter is, that's who Andy Reid went with last year, and he was okay with it. He started him all through the playoffs and in the Super Bowl. So Andy Reid has faith in Mike Caliendo.
Yeah,
so what I think's going on here is Mike Caliendo is your left guard at this moment. And I think Kingsley has an opportunity, a big opportunity to take it from him. So I think if Kingsley performs throughout camp, learns the things he needs to learn, and has all the fundamentals together, then absolutely I think they might go ahead and give Kingsley the nod there, because let's be honest, he's a much better athlete. He's a lot bigger than Mike Caliendo. He's a lot stronger than Mike Caliendo. If he can get the position down and be where he needs to be mentally, I think it's Kingsley's.
Kingsley's so athletic. He's great in the zone blocking scheme. He's bigger. He's probably stronger. He's more of a mauler. I think this is a shout out to Kingsley being like, look, you kind of failed at left tackle a little bit, which is fine. Maybe that was on us a little bit, throwing too much your way and you wasn't as proven because your level of play wasn't as high over there, at BYU. So maybe this is any of them being like, look, we've got Josh Simmons. He's going to come in. He's going to take left tackle. But this is your spot, Kingsley. Like, do you want to just fall, to the wayside as a bust? Do you want to go the route of Sky Moore? And in year 4, we're talking about you coming in good shape and doing good in OTAs.
Right.
Or do you want to come out here and you want to win this job, and then you have a solid prospect at left guard, a rookie solid prospect at left tackle, an elite prospect at left tackle in Josh Simmons. And then next year, hopefully, well, also this year, you got Creed, and you should have Trey Smith locked up. And then hopefully next year, you figure out what you're going to do with Juwan Taylor long term. Either he stays and he gets better this year, or you cut him and you move on, and maybe that's Wanye's job, maybe it's somebody else's. But I would just like to see Kingsley slide into the left guard and be there permanently for the rest of his career. I would be completely happy with that, and I would not even say it was a wasted second round pick if he became a nice starter.
Not.
He don't have to be Joe Tooney level, but if he becomes a very solid starter, I don't even think that's a bad pick there, because I mean, a solid guard in round 2, I'm completely fine with it, even though that's not what we were going for. We were going for the tackle, obviously.
Right. Well, him being at Joe Tooney level, that's pretty crazy, right? Joe Tooney's borderline Hall of Fame guy. He's won like 4 or 5 Super Bowls at this point.
That's asking a lot.
Which is nuts. But what is not asking a lot is Kingsley just being the athlete that he is, because let's be honest here, he's stronger, he's bigger, he's probably faster than Joe Tooney. So
is it another question to say he could get to a Trey Smith level on the left side?
No, and I think that's kind of what you want to look at, is like that type of guy that you think could be a good nasty guard, kind of like Trey Smith. We thought that Darian Kennard could have done that type of thing. Of course, he ended up, they cut him or put him on the practice squad, and he ended up going to Philly. But I mean, Kingsley kind of reminds me of Trey Smith and Darian Kennard and those types of guys. He plays with a little bit of a nasty edge. He's a very strong guy. So I think if he gets in there, he gets comfortable and he feels good in that position. Once he gets his feet set on that ground, dude, he could be nasty at guard. He could have that, that killer mentality that Trey has. You never know. It could be pretty fun, actually.
You work hard, you play hard, and we know Chiefs Kingdom cheers hard. And when you do that, it's obvious you work up a little stank. You don't have to walk around smelling like Bigfoot's Grab yourself some Mando full body deodorant or some Mando whole body deodorant spray. They even have whole body deodorant cream. You have no reason to stink. We absolutely love Mando, and that's why we partnered with them to bring their goodness to you. There's 4 scents. This bourbon leather here is fantastic. They also have Clover Woods, Mount Fuji, and Pro Sport scent. So do you want to try America's #1 whole body deodorant formula? Of course you do. You can find them at Walmart, Target, and other retailers across the country. But for the best deals, go to shopmando.com. You can pick up a Mando starter pack. It's absolutely perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice like a mini body wash or deodorant wipes, and you get free shipping. Free shipping is huge. Smell fresher, stay drier, and boost your confidence head to toe with Mando.
Let's move on to the defensive side of the ball for just a moment. Nohl Williams, Steve, what did we say about Nohl Williams when we said all these guys talking about returning capabilities, and we said Nohl Williams has that capability? And first day out, the first day with cameras, and this is what we see. In the scenes captured by reporters when practice began, only 1 white jersey was seen in the return specialist line. That jersey belonged to rookie Nohl Williams, who is looking to carve out a role that might not include being a starter at cornerback in his first year as a professional. I've actually got the clip of Nohl Williams sitting over there, and you'll see him at the beginning of this clip. He's right there in the white jersey.
I think they're going to lean towards him, and that's scary for people like Nico Remigio, right?
Yeah, I absolutely don't think he's punt returner 1 at this point or anything, but he's definitely in the mix. And this is what we've been saying, Steve. He's kind of explosive there, and that's another reason, certain guys that are trying to make this team, like a Nico Remigio, you've got extra competition even coming from the defense now.
Well, absolutely, dude. Like at UNLV and at Cal, he was returning kicks, and he was doing it well. He's pretty explosive. I think there was 1 or 2 they took back to the house in his final season at Cal. The dude can do that, and I think that's awesome. At least he can get out there and contribute in special teams until he does earn a good role in that defense. And honestly, I don't think it'll be too long before we see him on the field a lot on defense, because just the way that kid plays the corner position, it's exactly what Spags and Dave Merritt and all of them want. And he's super smart. He's going to pick up on this playbook quick, and he's got a knack for getting to the ball. He's a ball hawk. So I think that Nohl Williams, he could contribute on special teams early, but don't be surprised if you see him putting in a lot of snaps at the end of the season at corner.